Yeah, good evening, everyone. I can't express how delighted I am to be here standing in front of you and interacting with such bright and youthful minds. Gentlemen, my life, with my background of special forces and having commanded one of the most elite commando units of the country, has been enviable for most. I mean, a lot of people can just dream and aspire to do what I have kind of gone through. A life full of passion and living absolutely on the edge. We've pushed our luck too far and too often, so much so that luck pushed us back. We've fallen down quite a few times, got up every time, fell back again even harder. Did so many stupid stuff, jumping out of aircrafts, getting shot, running after militants, and at times even without weapons. Yeah, but then absolutely enjoyed every bit of it. And trust me, if I had an option to do it all over again, I won't think twice. I would just do it the same way, probably make the same old mistakes. Gentlemen, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you a couple of stories of my life that I have covered. Not exactly my life, something that I have gone and something that has had a huge impact in my life, in how I see things. 1999, when I filled up my form for National Defense Academy, I opted for Navy. I opted for Navy not because I was charmed by their white uniform, neither was I in love with the ocean or I wanted to see the world, no. I opted for Navy because I was scared to opt for the Army. Yeah, that's the truth. With all this mumbo jumbo of special forces, energies, Shaurya Chakra, whatever I have achieved, I was scared to join the Army to start with when I started my career. And that's a fact. The country was going through a very bad phase of insurgency, be it in the northeast or be it in the Jammu and Kashmir. Army had a couple of setbacks, and I could not come to terms with the fact that somebody is going to actually aim at you and engage you. So there I was scared, young guy, much younger than probably most of you are here. But then I read, along the way, I read a book on genocides. And that changed the way I looked at things. 1947, 15th August, where the country became independent, Kashmir wasn't part of us. It wasn't part of India as we know it. 22nd of October, the same year, Pakistan launched its raiders, the tribesmen, into Kashmir. By 26th of October, the raiders had reached Baramulla after taking over Mohra, Domal, and Muzaffarabad. Now, Baramulla is just 50 kilometers from Srinagar. And you can see it on the map. Had Srinagar airport been taken over on 26th of October, I don't believe anything is impossible, but then it would have been a damn difficult task for the Indian Army to regain back what we would have lost. The same day, 26th of October, Maharaja Hari Singh, he signed the instrument of accession. And 27th of October, Indian Army, the 1st Sikh Battalion, it was air-landed in Srinagar airport. And that's how we gained back the area. What I want to drive here is, the Pakistanis wasted one full day in Baramulla. Why did it do so? That one day, more than 11,000 people were killed. They raped over 44,000 women. The entire bird was borne by one St. Joseph convent there, where there were about 4 European nurses. They went on a rampage, killing, murdering, and pillaging everything that they found. You look at other examples, you look at 1971, Bangladesh, 30 lakh people were killed there. Or you see much recent here in the Gaza what happened. Gentlemen, the point I'm trying to drive is, if the army of a country is not strong, That is the fate that the country is going to face. And the army cannot be strong if people like you and me are not prepared to go out there and fight. It's us. We have to go there and fight and protect our nation. If we don't motivate ourselves, what is going to happen? Who's going to fight there? Somebody is still going to fight, but then he doesn't want to be there. I mean, this story actually moved me. So, gentlemen, all this talk of we need growth, we need economic prosperity, we need our country to develop, but all this will happen only when brave men like you are going to stand there and fight. That is my first lesson. Moving on to my second lesson, that is on special forces. You know, everybody knows what the special forces is. They are the bad guys who are supposed to be dropped behind enemy lines and surrounded by the enemy they are going to fight. So, when there is no war, one of these special forces unit will move to Kashmir, and they just moved there. And they were out on a familiarization patrol, where they're just going and seeing the area. Normally, when the special forces guys go out, you don't see them. You're not supposed to see them. But because they had to orient themselves, they had to familiarize themselves, it's called a familiarization patrol, where they had gone out and they were just seeing how the area is around. At the same time, incidentally, there was another freshly infiltrated group of militants. They were also new to the area, and they were sitting in an ambush, and they see this special forces patrol coming. I'm very excited. Oh, we have just come and we are getting success. So this guy calls up his handlers. Kushima, we are going to get real success. I can see a patrol coming, and we are going to engage them soon. I'll give you good news. So the commander is a little curious, and he says, can you just describe to me? And this guy describes, oh, they're just normal people, but all of them are carrying those huge rucksacks. You see that? The huge rucksack, and they're all black, and they're all wearing those patkas around their heads. So, gentlemen, that was a time when it was a very characteristic norm of the special forces. We were the only ones carrying those. We had to carry about 20 to 30 kgs of weight when we were moving around. We have to be self-sustained. And we wear those patka. It comes very handy in combat. The commander realizes, and he says, and it's been caught on radio, just don't even think of engaging them. They are the special forces. They will kill you and skin you. The lesson that I learned was, gentlemen, it's a cruel world out there. Very cruel. To be respected, you need to be strong. The world respects only strength. That is a fact. And it's all there in the scriptures. Veer Bhogya Vasundhara. The pleasures of the world shall be enjoyed by the brave. That's my message for all you guys. Strive to be strong always. 3 months into special forces and 6 months of my service, I was shot. A 9mm bullet went right from my knee here, came out from here. I've got about 9 odd stitches. I was doing all kind of monkey tricks, getting mad. Yeah, I was a foolish guy then. But then whatever, just imagine somebody like me who's motivated himself seeing those kind of stories, wanted to serve with GIL and special forces, opting for special forces, and cleared my probation and see what had happened. 6 months, I was shattered. So doctor tells me, you really have to work very hard on your quadriceps if you want to ever run again. And in special forces, somebody who is not able to run, I couldn't imagine that. So every minute of waking for the next 5 months, I was just exercising. And bang, on the 5th month, I was out there again, running after militants. I was lucky I didn't get shot again, but that's a different story for another day. But I know this story of mine doesn't have that kind of a wow factor that I still wanted to drive to you. So I'll give you 2 more stories, much, much better than my personal example. This friend of mine, Colonel Sevin Sam, you all know him. He's nowhere there in the social media as of now. In August 2022, he was diagnosed with cancer. Okay, before that, a small background. We did the same counter-insurgency jungle warfare course together, and which this course has a lot of emphasis into physicals. And with guys like us, with the special forces guys, he was the one who was adjusted the best in physicals. So he is that kind of a guy. So August 2022, he was diagnosed with blood cancer. And the time from there to March 23, this guy underwent a heart attack, 2 angioplasties, 12 chemos, drug-induced diabetes, and acute pneumonia and febrile neutropenia. Anybody who was undergoing this kind of a thing would have given up on life. But he is a fighter. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about him here. This guy, he realized that there's a lot of negativity around me. He shut the doors. He shut out all negativity. I'm not going to interact with anything that is negative in life. And try and commit to creating something constructive in life. And see, in the same time frame, what did he achieve? He's done about 10 global certifications and degrees from world over. 5 of them from the United States of America, 1 from London School of Economics, 1 from Australia, 1 from Malta, and 2 from India. You see that? Somebody who's undergoing chemos, that's the spirit. That's the spirit I'm talking about. There's one more I have. There's some photographs of his when he was undergoing to the worst of the time. He's much better now. This is Colonel Vikrant Parashar, again, a very dear friend of mine. He's from, again, the Parachute Regiment, the 10 Para Special Forces. 25th of September 2012, because all paratroopers go out for regularly for para jumps. So he had gone out for a para jump in the morning, and he was expecting, his wife was on the family way. He was expecting by evening he will be back and attend to his wife. But the parachute did not deploy. It happens sometimes. And from 200 feet, this guy falls top like a rock. His entire spine was crushed, burst injury, fracture. The doctors had to spend 9 hours to stitch and get titanium and then make him at least be able to sit down. He was waist down paralyzed. The doctor said, it will take a miracle for you to ever even get up on your feet and stand up. That's what the doctors said. Now again, this guy is a fighter. He won't give up just because some doctor says something. He read up completely on his injury. What exactly is it? How much damage has happened? How can I actually get over this? He's not happy just lying down there. And gentlemen, 2 years. The same day on 2015, 25th of September, this guy was there on the same aircraft, the same desert, and the same parachute. He jumped again. Can you beat that? That's what the spirit is. Gentlemen, what I want to drive is never give up spirit. All of you guys, all of you will fall sooner or later, sometime or the other. But you don't lose when you fall down. You lose when you fail to get up from there. So every time you fall, promise to me you guys are going to get up and strike harder. Yeah. So I'll come on to my next story. That is, again, about the Special Forces. My unit, in 2004, we had just moved into Manipur. And for anyone who knows of Manipur then, that time was bad. The militants were running medical camps. They were running recruitment rallies. Large swaths of the entire state were liberated zone under rebel control. And we had operated a lot in the valley. We were newly converted to a Special Forces unit. And we had gone there for operations, and we were going to raid 2 camps. They were on 2 spurs like this. My party was being led by Colonel Thongam Jotin Singh. He's a Shaurya Chakra bar. That is, he has got 2 Shaurya Chakras. I have got 1, he's got 2. He has been shot twice. I have been shot once, he's been shot twice. Yeah, the other party was being led by Colonel Thongam, Nectar Sanjanbam. He's a Kirti Chakra and a Shaurya Chakra. He's the one who led the Myanmar operations, the surgical strikes. So we were going for this raid. One of the first ones when we had gone into Manipur, and just 200 meters short of the camp that we were about to strike. We were very careful in going there. The first scout goes, and the second, he just blows up, boom. I see his feet about 10 to 15 feet up there, and he falls face down, blop. And then guys all around me, ki sahab yahan bhi hai, sahab yahan bhi hai. Very simple mechanism, a bamboo bent like that, piece of metal, cable joining, little explosive, and a piece of detonator and some charge, a battery. You step on it, and the circuit completes, and boom, you go. And there are so many of them just around us. I had my feet up there like that, and trust me, it took me a lifetime to keep it back down there. And we were all tense. Now the other guys, they got into a firefight. We had to move because the militants will know that something has happened. They'll come looking for us. That was the tense kind of a situation. And it is not like walking here. It's a jungle. You don't see what's under the grass. It's uneven terrain. It's not like I can just look around here. There's nothing. There isn't an IED. So we were tense, trying to get over what should be our next step here. The guy who was lying down there, Kakivi Sema, one of the finest scout. A scout is one who works ahead. He's one of the best of the soldiers. He was one of the best of the soldiers, a Naga boy. He's lying down there, and he calls ki, "Sahab, dekhna mera paun theek hai?" So go and check. Yeah, it wasn't exactly as theek hai, but then it was somehow there. So he said, "It's okay, you're fine." Then he says ki, "Okay, haath paun ye sab theek lag raha hai." You know what he says then? He says, "Sahab, अच्छा हुआ, अब मेरे को छुट्टी जाने का बहाना मिल गया." Yeah, he says, "I've got an excuse to go and leave. Can you beat that? A joke, this guy has just been blown off when an IED is fallen down. He can't even see anything. This debris is in his eyes. And he's joking." But it lit up the entire environment. All of us guys were there for the first time. It relieved the entire tension. It just vaporized like that. And Colonel TJ, he just picked up his rucksack and he said, "Okay, follow me." And he walks ahead as if nothing is there. We pick up Kaki and we walk behind him. We go and raid the damn camp. We were pretty successful there. Now, there are two lessons that I want to bring out here. First is a little dash of humor can ease out the tension of most of the tense situations. Try that, especially when you're in a team and you see that the entire room is filled with tension. They don't know what is to be done. At least you guys are not going to lose lives. Try out a humor. It'll ease out the situation. And the second is leadership. Leaders arise in the face of adversities. The leadership that we go by is, don't do what I say, do what I do. And that's what I learned from Colonel TJ that day. Gentlemen, I've finished. I'll just leave you with a small something that I really connect to my heart. If something has not been done, it is only because we have chosen not to do it. Thank you so much. It was wonderful interacting with you. Have a good day.